You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. But why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager?
Text messages and put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers. She did that. Putting everybody in our business, letting them know that me and Pap was together.
Whew, not Papoose already out here cheating on Claressa? And y'all, it's only been a few days since she was gushing in that interview about wanting to have kids with him next year. Baby, people weren't lying when they said, you lose them the same way you get them. Because let's be real, Claressa is now out here looking stressed, and she has nobody to blame but herself. Let's rewind a little. Sis got Papoose while he was still married to Remy Ma. Yes, while he was still with Remy. And now, somebody else is out here scooping him up just like she did. The karma, instant. Remy Ma actually tried to warn Claressa. She said Papoose was just using her, but Claressa, she thought Remy was just mad and bitter. And sure, Remy might have been mad, but bitter or not, that woman was not lying. According to Remy, Papoose is flat out broke, like broke, homeless. She said the only reason he jumped into this relationship with Claressa was to stack his coins again. And even though Claressa might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can't really blame her for not believing Remy. Their relationship was already messy as hell. But let's talk about how this mess exploded. Months back, Remy dropped bombs. She posted screenshots of texts between Papoose and Claressa that she swiped from Pap's phone while he was asleep. In her house, she said, Papoose dumb self fell asleep on the phone with Claressa Shields laying in my house and he refuses to leave. And y'all, she didn't stop there. She said Claressa, who's supposed to be a world champion boxer, hung up as soon as she heard Remy's voice. And then, Remy snapped, now I'm telling everything. Oh, and baby girl, you not the only one. Whew. Then she added, this lady Claressa Shields and that sorry publicity team been putting out fake stories on me to make me look bad and make him look like a saint. I begged Papoose to say something to stop it, and he told me to stay quiet. Well, I'm done being quiet. And the wildest part? She said, he said he would never F you because you ugly. But don't worry, I saw everything, and now the world gonna see it since you so tough, boo. I mean, Remy was done holding it in, and guess what? Nobody even knew Papoose and Claressa were messing around until Remy aired it out like that. So when the tea spilled, the internet went off. And of course, Claressa wasn't gonna take it lying down. She clapped back with, how a woman with 2 boyfriends mad at a man with a girlfriend? Remy Ma, if I ain't the only one, why you tagging me, baby? They went at it for a whole week, and the internet was eating it up. Now Papoose tried to stay silent, but eventually he came out swinging. He posted a pic of Remy hugged up with her new boo, Easy the Block Captain, on Christmas Day. And in the caption, whew, he dragged her. He said, while I was at home with my daughter last Christmas, this is where Remy was. Then he added, now that I finally moved on, she's mad and lying. Narcissist. I told her we could divorce like adults, but she refused because I wouldn't lie and say I didn't knock this chump out. And get this, he said he still had messages of her begging him to lie about the fight, but he wasn't done. He said, last time I saw this chump, he was in the fetal position. Everybody saw it. I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. I knocked him out because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. Now, if you thought that was messy, just wait, because this was only the beginning.
I'm such a real one. I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home, I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying, though. If we keeping it a bean, I knew she wasn't lying. You refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see.
What women, how do y'all think y'all know what people, what do you tell somebody being broke to y'all? Because I see a lot of this in my upgrade, downgrade, so-and-so's broke, this one's broke. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know what people have. Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included.
It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 whatever it was, I paid in cash. With my name on it only. I take care of the kid. I take care of it. So I sit here. You go, you move over here.
You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of your percentage because he's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out of his ex-house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right? He has a son. He has a son. He just doesn't like his son's preference, so he acts like he doesn't have a son. He has a son. We have a son. I would be telling you, girl, get your from over there. What are you talking about? That's what I would be doing if that was my friend.
Remy came back swinging. She went live again to explain why she cheated on Pap. And this is where the real heat started. She straight up warned Claressa again, Pap is broke. She said the only reason he's even with Claressa is because he needs somewhere to live. Not love, not loyalty, just a place to stay. And then she went off. She said Papoose lied to everyone, acting like their relationship was this perfect picture of black love. You know, him holding her down while she was locked up? False. Remy said Pap was cheating on her the whole time she was in prison. Not just that, he was getting SideChicks pregnant. Girl, the internet was gagged. But let's not forget, Papoose wasn't letting her slide either. Within minutes of that live ending, he was back on her neck. And y'all, I've never seen him this mad. He said he paused his entire career just to support Remy while she was locked up, and this is what he got in return. Her sleeping with every man she met the moment she got out. He even said they tried therapy because he still wanted to work it out with her. And remember Remy saying Pap was broke? Ha! Turns out she was the one out here begging for money. According to him, she didn't have a dime. Oh, and the shade didn't stop there. He exposed her for dragging Nicki Minaj for having ghostwriters when in reality, it was Remy getting her bars ghostwritten by Papoose himself. You can't make this up.
Everybody know I was on top of the world. $1.5 million man. Hottest rapper on the planet. Y'all seen it. Her situation took place. Like I said, I left my tour, came back, bailed her out. When I bailed her out, nothing but expense after expense after expense. I had to pay to pack her crib up, pay to put everything in storage, pay the storage bill every month, get a condo closer to the jail so I could visit her every day. Visiting her every day, driving back and forth to the visit to see her every day. Everybody in my ear, Pat, you gotta get to work. You can't visit her every day. My deal folded. I exhausted all my funds. I had to get back to work. That's why I only visited her every day for a year straight. But after that, I had the space to visit out to like 3 times a week. Never missed a Christmas, never missed a Mother's Day, never missed a single holiday I was there. Took care of the kids, took care of my stepson, took care of you, fed you, did everything for a year straight without working. It came a time where if her son needed certain things, if she had something in her account or whatever, she had to take care of it. If she could, she did. But for the most part, I did. Every single thing. That wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. I tolerated your foolishness and your cheating and your adultery for years and years and years. For the sake of my child. Everything will be fine and you will still violate. Because you know why? You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. That's one of the main problems with you. But it wasn't good enough for you to move on and be an adult after you cheated. And I gave you numerous opportunities to stop the cheating. We went to a therapist. Why come on here and lie and say we haven't slept together since 2022? Why come on here and make it seem like that's true? We never had an agreement. Oh, you be with who you be with and I be with. We never had an agreement. All we had was you lying, saying that you're not with him. Why would you deal with him? That's all we had. And when I found out the truth that you were with him, you said, let's go to therapy. And I agreed. Then we made an agreement with the therapist. You violated the agreement again. So when I caught him, I knocked him out. Wherever I would have saw him at, I would have knocked him out. I paid every bill in that household. I did nothing but buy you gifts. It's photos and everything of it. It's all on my page. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. They hiding from something. It's still there. Me buying her gifts. All that materialistic. If you notice, her entire thing was about materialism. Just fabricating. She just recently told me she don't got no money. So what you talking this money talk? You walk around with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you come around me and you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote for her, I never wanted one penny. I never put my name on a credit. I never did anything. When people said, we know Pat writing that. Oh, you want to go in here and say, oh, I was making music before him. You was. That's why when I started writing it, they saw the difference.
Now look, even though Remy was out here sounding like a bitter baby mama, running wild and dragging everyone, she might have actually been telling the truth when she said Pap was just using Claressa. Because now, word on the street is that Papoose is already cheating on Claressa, again, with a brand new girl. And get this, the new girl is younger than Claressa. Yes, this man just keeps leveling up the mess. We don't know exactly where these rumors started, but people are clowning Claressa all over social media. Because not only did she ignore Remy's warnings, but she literally just did an interview talking about how she wanted to have kids with Pap next year. Sis was planning a whole family with this man, and 24 hours later, he's outed for cheating. Like, the timeline is insane. Claressa really went from talking about baby names to getting played in public by a dude everybody, including Remy, tried to warn her about. And people are not being kind. They're saying she ignored all the red flags and thought she was different, but now she's finding out she's just the next chapter in the same sad story. You really can't make this up, and honestly, at this point, it's giving soap opera energy. Every time you think it's over, another bomb drops. And Remy, oh, she's still talking.
Do you think of that like an expiration date on your career, or is it 8 years and that's it? Or when will you try and go into, having a family, or would you have a kid and then go back to boxing?
That's what I want to do. I feel like I've put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already. I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
Right.
I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too while I'm going through this whole body and life changes.
This whole situation between Pap, Remy, and Claressa is a straight-up circus, and from the looks of things, it's nowhere near done. More drama keeps spilling out every other day. Meanwhile, people all over the internet are weighing in, and the comments are wild. One person said, Remy is clearly the loser here. With every outburst, she just reveals her pettiness. Sorry, both parties are wrong for airing all this dirty laundry, but Remy has seriously eroded her value here. But others weren't so quick to side with Pap. Someone else said, Remy ain't letting this dude clown her. She been holding all this in, and he's hurt because she don't want him anymore. Now he's doing everything to mess up her bag. What's wrong with Pap? Sit your corny, lying, cheating, butt-down bum. And listen, this is just the public's opinion. Who knows what else is going on behind the scenes? Because clearly there's way more to this story than what we're seeing online. But what do you think? Do you believe Pap really cheated on Claressa again, right after she talked about having his baby? And the big question, will Claressa actually stay with him after all this? Let's be real, this man was exposed on every level. The texts, the drama, the new girl. Everything is out there now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And while you're at it, click here to watch this other messy video.